Frequency is everything. On your fitness journey, you need to make sure that you're on the right frequency. Today we're talking about you need to be on the frequency of your fitness goals. And here's why frequency is so important, is understand is you can never outperform the version of you that you think you are inside of your own head. So many people are looking for what's the best diet plan, what's the best workout plan. No, it starts off with what's the best mentality you can have, what's the best frequency you can live at. You see, high level energy gets you far in life. So what I mean by this is like when you are starting your fitness journey, okay, there's different levels of frequency, and the way your body looks right now, the life you're living, every single aspect of your life comes down to the fact of what is your frequency. So when you think about frequencies, there's a chart. Look up the frequency chart. And most people are living life at low level frequencies. Now, what do I mean by this? I want you to take a look at the way you look right now. Our body is a manifestation of our thoughts. You will never outperform the version of you that you think you are inside of your own head. So if you think that you deserve to be 30 pounds overweight, you're gonna be 30 pounds overweight. If you think that you have poor genetics, you're gonna have poor genetics. If you think that you can't get in good shape because life's just too hard right now, that's how you're gonna be living your life. The frequency chart goes from bottom to top. And at the bottom of the frequency chart, you got greed, you got grudges, being unhappy, right? All of these things in your life, right, are low level frequencies. And most people are living life at a low level frequency. They have things to complain about. They judge other people, right? Judgment is a low level frequency. And when you're living life at a low level frequency, that's what you're gonna get out of life, right? And so it's no secret, it's no surprise that if you're out of shape, take a look internally at what your frequency is operating at. Are you living life with grudges? Are you living life with jealousy? Are you living life with judgment? Are you living life feeling like you're out of control? That's because you're operating at a low level frequency. So guys, everything in life is an exchange, all right? The results you want in life, you need to give a certain amount of energy to it. Think about it. There's two types of people. The first person, okay, is operating life with low level frequency. So they're jealous, they have grudges, they are unhappy with life. How do you think they're gonna show up in their day? They're gonna show up with low energy. They're gonna show up and they're gonna find excuses. They're gonna show up and they're gonna find reasons why they shouldn't level up, why they can't go after the best version of themselves. This is what happens when you show up at a low frequency version of yourself. Now, what's at the highest frequency chart? The highest frequency you can ever live at is authenticity. Okay, when you are truly authentically you, which is why I'm recording this YouTube video right now, or if you're watching the live, I'm doing this all in one take. All right, I'm not stopping, I'm not reading a script, I'm not thinking really about what I have to say, because I'm not speaking from my mind, I'm speaking from my soul, I'm speaking from my heart. And when you start to live life authentically you, where it doesn't matter what this person thinks about you or that person thinks about you, and you're not making decisions based on what is this person gonna think about me, right? I'm doing this in the middle of the city right now, and like anyone can hear me anywhere, but like I don't care who's listening, because I genuinely believe that what I'm going to say is providing massive value. You see, when you come from a place of not greed, you come from a place of purpose, you come from a place of authenticity, you come from a place of wanting to help other people, right? You are going to put off the right energy on this planet. So it's the same thing with your fitness goals, all right? I see it over and over again, right? You guys know how it is, and this is especially for men. It's probably the same for women as well, but jealousy is a real thing, all right? You can't lie about this. When you walk, you go into an elevator and you see somebody in a little bit better shape than you, or you see somebody on the street and they got their shirt off and their chest is popping out, they got abs. What do you think about them? Are you judging them? Are you saying, man, that guy or that girl, they probably don't have the same busy job as me. That guy, that girl, they probably have an easier life than me. They don't have to work as hard as me. They don't have kids. They don't have as hard of a job. They probably don't make as much money as me, right? And so you start to judge people. And when you judge, you're justifying why you aren't where they are. What if they have just as hard of a job as you have? What if they have just as busy of a career as you have? When you start to judge other people, what you really are doing is you're justifying in your head why you don't live the same life they live. When you are 30 pounds overweight, it's because you're living at a frequency where you're judging other people. You're living at a frequency where you're holding grudges against your partner. You're living at a frequency like where whatever happened in your life, maybe somebody that judged you in the past or made fun of you, they were in a little bit better shape. And the thing is like when you are casting out low-level frequencies, like look up the chart, grudges, jealousy, insecurity, all right, anger, greed, all these low-level way of life, right, is causing you to stay exactly where you are. Okay? But think about who you could become if you were living with the frequency of high energy, of authenticity, of wanting to give to others, of being compassionate, of love. These are all the higher level frequencies. How are you going to live, right? I go to the gym not because I'm greedy or I'm vain and I want to be looked as cool and I want to be better than other people. No, I go to the gym because I love myself a lot. I go to the gym and take care of my health because I want to be there for my girlfriend. I want to be there for my family because I love them so much. I want to be the best version of me. And like that's why it's so hard for people to be consistent when it comes to their fitness goals or anything in life, because you're living it from a greedy point of view, a jealousy point of view, a vanity point of view. And that's why when life gets hard, you're like, oh, it's not worth it. And you stop at the gym, right? But when you start to approach your fitness goals, not from escaping a pain in your life, not from trying to be better than other people, but you approach your fitness goals by loving yourself so much, by respecting yourself so much, by becoming the ultimate version of you, by wanting to do it for other people as an act of service or to be authentically you, right? Because there is this version of you inside your own head with who you said you were going to become, right? There's this version of you inside of your own head when you were 5 years old, 6 years old, or it could have been even a month ago, or it could have been at the beginning of this year where you said you were going to be that version of you. And every single day you aren't moving a step closer to that ideal version of you. You are not living an authentic life. You're not living the life that you said you wanted to live. And it's going to eat away at you. And guys, just like Rome wasn't built in a day, it also didn't crumble in a day. You see, Rome fell apart because the little things started to eat away at it. People started to lose faith. People started to lose belief. People started to miss one task, one thing at a time. And it didn't just crumble in one day. It crumbled by the little things over time. And it is the same thing with your self-esteem, with your self-image. It's the same thing with your confidence, with your authenticity, is that life will strip away at you one day at a time if you're not living up to your full potential, if you're not living up to the ultimate version of you, if you're not being disciplined, if you're not doing what you said you're going to do, if you're not integral. And little by little, you will start to crumble just like Rome. And you'll wake up after 2 years of this, 3 years of this, 4 years of this, or maybe you're living that way right now and you're like, how the heck did I get here? How did I get out of shape? How did I gain 30 pounds? It's because you weren't living authentically you. You weren't doing what you said you were going to do. So you need to get on the frequency of the highest level version of you. You need to get on the frequency of the fittest version of you, because like I said before, all right, you will never outperform the version that you believe you are inside of your own head. So like you can never take an action that is different than what you believe. If you think the gym is dumb, you're not going to go to the gym. If you think you're tired, you're not going to do something of high energy. If you are dreading and being judgmental of somebody in better shape, you are literally sending a signal to yourself that being in shape is bad. So genuinely ask yourself this question. When you see somebody in better shape than you, whether you get in the elevator or you're in the grocery store or you see them on the street or you see them on TV, are you immediately judging them saying, they're not better than me, they're worthless, or they think they're so cool, they think that they're better than me, they think that they're in a competition with me? Or do you view them as, that's inspiring, that's awesome, I'm so close to that? You see, frequency is everything. How you view your reality determines exactly who you become. So where you think you are inside of your own head, you are literally painting that vision, okay? Think about it this way. If you think that you're gonna be in great shape one day in the future, well then you will never be in great shape until that one day in the future. But if you think that you're in great shape today because of the actions you are making today, and you decide to be in great shape today, well then you will be in great shape today. Maybe it won't reflect it in the mirror, maybe it won't reflect it on the scale today, maybe it won't reflect it in how your clothes are fitting you, but you will start to live as that way, and eventually time will collapse and you'll become that version of you. So ask yourself, what is the frequency you've been living at? Because everything is an exchange in life. when I lost 30 pounds, when I got a six-pack, is because I was living at the frequency of truly being authentically me. It's because I was living at the frequency not from greed, not from vanity, not from jealousy, not to make other people feel bad or to make me feel better than them, but I started to live life at the frequency of being selfless. Live the life of the frequency of love, of respect. I get in great shape because I love myself and I love my family so much. I love my girlfriend so much. I love the future generation so much. I love my clients so much. All right, I love future me so much. So no wonder you aren't where you want to be in your fitness journey if your frequency has been low level. So once you change the frequency, once you change the view of yourself in your own head, you will then change your reality. That's how simple as it gets. So many people are looking for, what's the best diet plan? What's the best workout plan? No, it starts off with what's the best mentality you can have? What's the best frequency you can live at? You see, high level energy gets you far in life. Living life selflessly, living life authentically is the truest, highest frequency you can ever live. Okay, and this is why when you were a kid, all right, before you were worried about the judgment of others, before you were worried about failing, before you were worried about what somebody would think about you, you were living a truly blissful, energetic life where you didn't set limits on your life. You thought you could jump off the swing set and not get hurt. You thought that you could be whatever you wanted to be, right? Because you were living at the highest frequency, which is authenticity. It's time to get that authenticity back in your life. It's time to get the selflessness back in your life. It's time to get the greed, the judgment, all right, the jealousy out of your life and start living authentically you, the version of you that you said you wanted to be, the best version of you, and do it not just for you, but do it for others. Do it for future you. Do it for your future family. Do it to become and make a good impact on this planet. And watch, no force of nature will ever stop you. No tough time will ever derail you. Okay? So frequency is how you change everything in life. The amount of money people make, it's because of their frequency. You take a look at the average income that most people make, look at the average frequency. Okay? Most people are making an average income, all right? And it's because they're living an average frequency. Most people are living in an average body because they're living at an average frequency, right? So look at the frequency chart and say, where are you operating on? And raise your frequency and watch, you're gonna raise your life. That is literally how it works. You start to attract the right opportunities into your life, right? Stop worrying about what the most optimal workout is. Stop worrying about what the most optimal diet is. That will mean nothing if you're not living at a high frequency level. It's not worth it to get in shape if you hate yourself. It's not worth it to do great and make a bunch of money if you hate yourself or you hate the world. Like, how you view yourself and how you view other people and how you view this life is a direct indication of your success in life. That's it at the end of the day. Because I'll say it one more time. If you look at somebody that has what maybe you would like to have, but you view them through a negative scope, they're in better shape because they have an easier job. They're in better shape because they don't have kids. They're in good shape because they have better genetics. Oh, they think they're better than me. Oh, you think you're better than me, man? And then you start to compare yourself and you're like, this guy's a jerk, right? Well, then you're gonna keep that life out of your life. Same thing with money. You view somebody that is wealthy and you say all rich people are bad, all wealthy people are bad, they're negative. Well, guess what? You are pushing away the richness in your life. You're pushing away the wealth in your life because you are now associating something that you deeply want inside, whether it's better health, a better body, better relationships, right? And you're deeming it through a bad lens. When I was in my first relationship and it ended badly, I started to view all girls as bad. What do you think that does, right? If you think all girls are bad, right, and you start blaming the women, all right, and this can go vice versa for all the females out there that are like, all men are bad, all men are toxic, right? Either way, at the end of the day, if that's how you view them, guess what? Then every man, every woman that you attract in your life is going to be bad. They are going to be a low-level person, and you're going to repel that away, right? But if you start to view it through the scope of gratitude, I am so grateful, that's what you'll attract out of life. That's how it works. So gratitude is the best state you can ever live in, okay? You may be thinking to yourself like, oh, I don't have enough time to go to the gym because my job is so busy, right? But then you're not gonna go to the gym. But if you say, oh, I'm so grateful I have very little time to go to the gym, it means I'm gonna be more efficient with my actions every day. I'm going to be more efficient with my workouts. I'm going to be more efficient with the things in my life. And now I need to cut out toxic things out of my life to make time for the gym. Well, then that's a great perspective to have. But if you view it through a gratitude perspective, oh, if he can get in great shape, if she can be in great shape, that means I can get in great shape. They must know something that I don't know, or they must operate a certain way. So if I just do what they do, I'm going to get in great shape. So when you change your perspective from greed, from grudges, from jealousy, from low-level frequencies to changing your frequencies to gratitude, authenticity, selflessness, acts of service, right? Those frequencies, then you start to find the answers to start to live that life. But otherwise, you will always repel because you never outperform the version of you that you think you are inside of your own head. You will never go to the gym if you think that you're destined to be overweight. You will never look for what foods are the best foods to eat if you think that you're doomed to be fat. If you think you're lazy, you'll never do the extra mile. But if you start to believe that you are the one in your family that could change your family tree forever, if you start to believe that you are the one that can lose the 30 pounds, if you start to believe that you are the hardest worker in the room, then you're going to start to operate as the hardest worker in the room. You're going to start to operate as the ultimate version of you. That's how it works. So change the version of you that you think you are inside of your own head and start to view yourself as if you are already the ultimate version of you, and your life will reflect that. So start to live at the frequency of your fitness goals. So if you want to have the fitness goal of a six-pack, what frequency must you live at? Not greed, not jealousy, not grudge, but you must start to live at the frequency of gratitude, of being grateful to have a healthy body. All right, start to live at the frequency of selflessness. Get as strong as you possibly can to take care of your family, to lead by example, right? Start to live at authenticity, which authenticity is you living up to your full potential. That means you're gonna make the right decisions. Guys, when I changed my beliefs about myself, I started operating with gratitude. Guess what? I'm so grateful I can move my body. Why would I miss a gym session today? When I started to operate authentically me, oh, I have unlimited potential that I could reach. Why would I not eat healthy today to see that full potential, to get the energy in my life, right? When I started to operate from selflessness and service, why would I not become as healthy and energetic that I could possibly be, as confident as I could possibly be, so that I can give that to my family, I can give that to other people, right? And so when you start to live that way, you make different decisions. When you lead with jealousy and grudge and low-level energy, well, guess what? The day the sports game is on, you're not going to care about your goals. The day work was hard, you're going to change up your goals. The day somebody judged you, you're going to change up your goals and you're not going to go all in. But when you are living from that point of view, from a purpose point of view, from a gratitude point of view, from an authenticity point of view, from the selflessness and service point of view, well, then why would you ever take a day off? Why would you ever not chase your goals? And so that is how you operate. You can't tell me that you're gonna operate at the same level from a low frequency as you would at a higher frequency. It all starts with changing your mind. You will never do the opposite of what you think inside of your own mind. You will always do what is in alignment with what's inside of your own mind. So change your mind first. Think differently first, change your perspective, replace the thoughts in your head, oh, he's in great shape, he must be vain. No, oh, he's in great shape, he must care about his family. Oh, he lost the weight, he's in the gym for an hour a day because he has a great purpose in life. Not, oh, he's in the gym for an hour a day because he doesn't care about his family. Change your perspective. What you want out of life, how you view it equals what you get. So don't make the mistake of repelling what you secretly want deep down inside, what would make you better, by judging and casting low frequency on the people that have it. Casting low frequency on those goals. Keep the high frequency, keep the gratitude, keep the selflessness, keep the authenticity, and watch, you will make different decisions in your life. You can't cut out the junk food, that's because you're living in a scarcity mindset where, oh, I'll never get to eat this junk food again. But if you start to think of authentically the best version of you, being the best version of you for your family with more energy, with more confidence, providing more, why would you eat the cookie? Why would you eat the low energy food? Why not eat the food that's going to give you the most energy? That is how you change your decisions at the very core. It's no secret. Everything has a frequency behind it. You eat McDonald's, that's low level frequency. You eat a nice steak with some fruit, with some vegetables, that's a high frequency decision. You watch gossip on TV and you watch all these drama shows and these fighting shows with reality TV, that's low level frequency. You're gonna attract those relationships in your life. You want a high relationship? All right, well, you spend more time with God. You spend more time reading the Bible. You spend more time praying. You spend more time around higher level people, and watch, you're gonna attract that in your life. So don't be surprised if you're living a certain way, if you've been operating at a certain frequency. Change your frequency, change your thoughts, and you will start to make different decisions. And once you make different decisions for a long enough period of time, well, then you will get to live a different life, the life that you've always wanted to get to live. That's it. Change your frequency, change your life. That is as simple as it gets. The way your life looks right now is completely because of your frequency over the last 1, 2, 5, 50 freaking years, however long it's been. The good news is you could change your frequency like that. Think a positive thought. Change your grudges into gratitude. Change your negative self-limiting beliefs and the negative things in your life, and change it to positive beliefs in your life, to service beliefs in your life, to gratitude, to authenticity. And when you start to change those thoughts about certain things, then you change your actions. And when you change your actions, it just feeds itself. And it's like a self-operating machine of success. That is how you get in the best shape of your life. It's not about the diet plan, it's not about the workout plan. Those are important. What it's truly about is changing who you are from inside out. That is it. That is all. I hope you guys have the absolute best day of your life. I'm sweating out here because it's like 100 degrees here in Florida. But peace out, and let's get super fit. Woo!